So now, why am I saying what I'm saying? People think that when they will gonna get married, they're not gonna have any arguments. Everything is gonna be fine. We're gonna be lovey-doveys. And the honeymoon, if there is something like that, I don't know yet, will continue forever. All this we have to scrap because each one came from a different home, different chinuch, different society, maybe, without even talking about two different characters. And we have to express in a loud way that we have differences, yes. That's normal. If somebody will tell me that him and his wife are alike, either he's retarded, either he's deaf, or they gave up on each other. A live couple always have something to, we have differences, okay, fine. When I have a different ideas, and now I learn how you think, that's how you get more and more intelligent, and you get more and more ways to understand the other people, especially your own wife. Now, however, many couples that we all know, not in one house and not in two homes, in many homes. The different opinions is the devastating blow to the house. It's a crisis. There are couple, every small argument that they have, it's World War III. And from all these wars, nobody came out a winner. Everybody came out a loser. Why? Why every time we argue, why? This is the result. What ammunition there is into argument that we're shooting all over the place, and it's ugly. It's ugly. Why it becomes ugly? It's not the different opinions. No. Because if it's a different opinion, so even the color of the new closet will be World War III. Because I disagree with you.
Rabbi, we even have disagreements on the type of spices we use in our food.
Okay. We'll get to it. We'll get to it, by the way. Couples that I know, each one thinks completely different. They talk about it. Maybe there is no solution yet, but they can sit down and eat, smile at each other. So what if I'm thinking different than you? So what? Why has to be a war? Maybe you have an answer. Maybe you have an answer?
It's good for a relationship. Sit down, discuss, and talk. The communication you practice.
You sound like my lawyer. I'm asking a question. Why every differences that we have becoming World War III? What's the reason?
Nobody wants to give up their opinion. This is how I grew up. This is what I'm used to. What do you mean you have a different opinion than mine? I'm right and you're wrong, and that's just it.
Does it have to do with respecting, Rabbi? Respecting the other opinion? Looking down?
Disagreement.
A different dictionary, Rabbi.
And who said that your opinion is right?
That's why it's a fine, because it's disagreement.
Their ego.
Maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong. Okay? That's what you think, and that's what I think. Now we are in COVID-19. A wife wants you to go all the time with a mask, and you think this mask is baloney. Two different opinions. So we're going to fight over it now. So why is it becoming a war zone? Maybe you can tell me an answer before I'll start to answer. You don't have an answer?
Neither of them wants to accept the other person's opinion.
Who said that I have to accept it?
Respect it.
I'm respecting you, but I don't accept it.
No, I feel like if you would respect it, it wouldn't turn into a fight. You'd be like, okay, so you're entitled to your own opinion.
Okay. So why it gets into a fight?
Disagreement.
Is it because it has to be my way or the highway type of thing? Is that how they're thinking?
So the secret is not what we argue about. The secret is
How we argue.
how. How? If you didn't understand, I'm going to bring a case now. We're going to analyze it. And you're going to see in few lines, so many mistakes been done. Pay attention. Yaakov saying to his wife, I think that it's time to go for Shabbat to my parents. His parents live in a different city. Let's take a break, let's go to my parents. His wife, her name is Fanny. Why? She's saying why? Yaakov replied, we weren't there already for a long time. His wife answering back, long time? 1 month ago we were there. Yaakov, מה פתאום? No, it was 2 months ago. His wife, what's the matter with you? 2 months? It's no more than 4 weeks. There is no reason for us to go again. Yaakov, it was more than 4 weeks. You're not calculating right. His wife, what do you think? I don't know
How to count?
how to calculate. Yaakov says, I think that I know better than you how to calculate. Check it out and see that I'm right. His wife, by the way, You don't have to check it out. I know what I'm talking about. And I'm not ready to go this Shabbat again. It's okay for us to stay home a little bit. I don't have the koach to go now to pack up and to take the kids and the luggages and so on. I have no koach for this. The husband, aha. But then you're complaining that you don't have koach to clean the house. Before Shabbat, after Shabbat. Velama. Why is it? Because we're sitting at home, we're not moving. When I'm offering you to get away from the cleaning, let's go to my parents, you don't want to go. His wife. Why? I'm not allowed to say that I don't have the strength? When was the last time that I complained that I don't have the koach to clean? Where are you coming up with these weird ideas that I told you that I don't have the koach? Here is the husband. I see that not only you don't know cheshbon to calculate, your memory also is short. I'm inventing? No more and no less. So for your information, I'm not inventing anything. I'm saying exactly the way it is. His wife, thank you for the compliments. Thank you for the compliment that I don't know how to calculate and I have a short memory. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sarcastically, of course. And all this I have to hear after all I'm doing for you. Should we go on? Or that's enough?
No.
What do you say? Sounds familiar, no?
It started from one thing and it changed to something else and something else, and it's building up.
Atomic bomb.
Exactly.
But that's not what I'm looking for. The argument started in a very, very simple wish. Can we go to my parents this Shabbat? In many homes, you have it probably almost every week. It's a question. Do you want to go? Do you want to go? Okay, beseder. Not the end of the world. I say no and say shalom. Why it developed to such nasty argument that at the end she felt terrible and he was frustrated also. And over here, that's the problem, right over here. Now pay attention how we're going to analyze it like a Gemara shiur now. I'm going to break line by line, and maybe one day we're going to learn how to argue. A nice argument, respectful argument. Argument that will tie us together, not will send us apart miles away. The question is how we talking to each other. That's the problem. They talking between these couples. Was nice one?
No.
No.
Not at all.
So, Rabbi, this kind of conversation occurs in 90% of homes today.
You're very generous.
I'm trying to be positive.
All the arguments, the destructive one, it's starting 5. You know, the first 5 minutes, maybe it's still okay. And then in minute number 5, finito. It goes into personal. We're talking personality now. You're starting to hurt each other with your words. To blame each other. And words that's very, very much embarrassing even to hear them. The one who got hurt, the first one, he is upset and is right. Why did you tell me this? And what do you think? He will sit quiet now? You hurted me. I also know how to hurt you. And you're going to give it back to him. Here we go. So now the exchanges are very, very sharp. No boundaries. And you smell already the bumps starting to come. If you ask this couple now on what this argument started, they forgot already. They forgot. Now they focus now why she told me that I'm retarded. That's what I want to. And now the war is kavod, you hurted my respect, you hurted my dignity, and so on. And from anger, they're saying things which are it's better not to say it because after you say it, you cannot take it back anymore. The stones that you threw already, the other person is bleeding. You cannot take it back. And slowly, you see the walls of the house starting to collapse. With one argument that tell me, it was so critical if they'll go for Shabbat or not?
Probably not.
It depends.
It was just a
on the
question.
situation. Depends on the situation.
Well,
How his or her relationship is with the in-laws.
he's going to his parents.
Okay, she might not be okay with it. She might have a, I don't know, argument with his mother, or
Say it. Say it.
It started off very well, Rabbi. He was sincere and just wanted to go to his parents. He asked her, what do you think?
It's not life-threatening, Rabbi.
Exactly. Very good. That's the right approach. It's not life-threatening. Okay, let it go. So now, since he's not giving up, he wants to go. And the words that exchange is no. Now she's starting to hate his mom because now she's gonna call him a mommy's boy. And because of her, by Shlom Bayit is there. Now everybody is at fault, not them.
That's what I was talking about.
Which usually is the opposite. Everything is doable if you put in your mind once and for all. If you know that you not always have to agree. Can you live with something like that? You don't have to agree. And who said that you have to agree? I'm entitled to my own opinion. You're entitled to your own opinion. Okay,
But does it become that one of them ends up needing to like give in or meet the other person halfway? Because like if one doesn't agree with the other one and they're both entitled to their opinions, right? But there's a question here. The question was, are we going for Shabbat or not? So doesn't it become like either she meets him halfway, you know what I mean? She gives in or he gives in, like one of them, like a decision needs to be made here, no?
the decision can be made in a very nice way if they're not going to take it into a personal highway.
Right. I'm just basically asking if they both agree to disagree, right? And they both stick, like have their own opinions. One of them is obviously going to have to kind of, give in at some point. Meaning, if she was entitled to her opinion and she really felt like it was such a schlep, but she didn't want to argue about it, let's say, then she would be giving in, right? Like one of them would be giving in to keep the shalom bayit and kind of not argue about it.
And that being said, you have people that just won't give in.
I think that's more my question. What if you're dealing with two people that aren't giving in? Then what do they do?
Or one feels like he or she is giving in more than the other always.
Stay home.
Okay, so if we have two people that don't want to compromise, each one wants to take it to his own way. So you have to understand there is something underneath. What you see is only the symptom. Underneath, we have to dig. There is more into it, which I don't want to say now.
Okay, thank you. You answered my question.
But she said something very good. This is not life or death. As we say, it's not pikuach nefesh. Why you have to argue where to go for Shabbat? So stay home. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? I don't understand. Okay. If you have a good relationship, you're going to start to think why the other one so much wants to go. Maybe Be'emet, I'm not reasonable. And maybe he will think maybe today she is in a bad mood or one of the hormones moved into the wrong side. Maybe I'll wait a little bit. To be continued. Soon, I'll tell you how I'm going to turn the whole conversation upside down, and everything will be fine. So now, the main reason we're not doing well when we're arguing, because the language that we use, the approach that we take, the names that we're calling, and the people that are getting involved over there. We getting them involved, they don't know that they are in this conversation. Is my parents, is your parents, is your brother, is your sister, is your boss, is everybody is including in the cholent, and they don't know even they one of the ingredients in the cholent. So it's not anymore an argument to build something. It's an argument only to destroy. That's what it is. Now, and usually both of them going out of the argument hurt. She is very hurt and she can come to tears. And he is so upset, ready to choke her. And what happened? What the woman think when he is standing, he said, I want to go. Ask every lady over here. How do you feel? Why are you getting upset? Why?
He thinks he's a boss.
My feelings into consideration, only what he wants to do.
Okay, it means what?
He doesn't care about me. He cares about what he wants.
He doesn't care about my feelings. That's what you feel. And he forgot to ask why you don't want to go. Maybe there is a specific thing that because of that you don't want to go. Ask. Like the army, we're going. We're attacking. When we used to say we attacking, no soldier will ask me, why? That's the army. But the house is not an army. So she can tell him, why didn't you ask me why I don't want to go? Maybe if he will ask and she will tell him why she don't want to go, maybe he will agree. He says, oh, makes sense. Okay. If he would have said what? I see that you don't have the urge to go out the Shabbat. Why? Maybe she'll tell him. Instead of this, he was dragged into an argument and no benefit will come out of it. What was the argument? What was the first argument from the case that I gave you?
He wanted to go to his parents, and she said, we were just there a month ago. He said, you don't know how to calculate. And she said...
Okay, that was the what?
They disagreed on when they went. A month ago.
Right, the time.
So now, instead of concentrating why we don't want to go, now when was the last time we went? Who cares? A month ago, 6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, does it make any change?
No.
She don't want to go. So he said, no. It wasn't 4 weeks, it was 2 months. Meaning he wanted to prove his point. And yet, if she's saying 4 weeks, now he's starting to embarrass her. You don't know how to calculate. And on top of it, you have a short memory like Mr. Biden, right? What a compliment, right?
Yeah, he's putting her down.
What this is belong to the argument.
I think it's a self-defense mechanism. That's a way to protect himself and to put the other spouse down.
What there is to protect? She didn't say anything.
Meaning he wants to go, and
she said we were there 4 weeks ago, and he came and said, no, it was 2 months. What is this? Any sense? Does it make to you any sense?
No, not at all.
They're focused on the wrong issue.
So that's most of the arguments that we have at home. That's how it starts.
Nothing.
You came home late. You an hour late. It says no. I came 7:25. She said no. You came 7:43. I know. He said, I think that you're blind or you kasoy. I don't know what you are. I'm telling you, I came. Don't be kasaya. I came 7:23. She said, I'm a kasaya.
Rabbi, אתה מדבר רוסית. הרגת אותי.
I think you have to change your glasses. By the way, when was the last time you went to the eye doctor? How many times I have to tell you to go check your eyes? Now we went bichlal on a different topic. Now she said, don't be my mother. I know I have to go. When I have time, I'll go.
That's it. Once the mother is in the conversation, he's going to attack that. Your mother's blind like you.
That's it. It's so unproductive. He came 7:23, he came 7:43, 20 minutes. Instead of saying, probably it was a traffic today, huh? That's why probably you came late. That's all. And the conversation will be over. He'll say, no, it was not a traffic. Today, the traffic was good. But, I came out late from the office because one customer got me on the line for a long time. That's it. So things will come out, and now we're starting to talk. Instead of saying 7:23, 7:43, you kasaya, you kasoy, you this, okay? Now, And if he will say, now I know why our kids are not good in math, because you are doing with them homework. You don't know even how to look at the watch. So how can you teach your children how to calculate?
Rabbi, he just signed his death certificate. Done.
באמת, only on this topic I can write encyclopedia. The argument that I hear, doesn't make any sense. באמת, like two kids. Now, if he'll tell her you don't know a calculation, what do you think she'll do? She'll keep quiet?
She'll attack back.
Oh, and ladies knows how to attack back.
Very well.
Oh. And now he's so busy to defend his 2 months. He said it was 2 months. And the more he says 2 months, she gets hurt even more. Why? Because yesterday I told him there is a different dictionary for the ladies. When she said, I don't have koach, I don't want to pack, there is something underneath that you have to pick it up, Motek. If you tell her now we're going to Miami today, I surprise. Does she have koach?
Yes.
Oh.
She's ready.
Oh.
She won't need to pack. She'll buy everything there. It's okay.
Yes. Smart.
Your husband comes home, he says, don't talk to me, I'm dead tired. I have a headache. I don't know. Leave me alone. 10 minutes later, the phone rings. His friend. Stasik.
So, John.
We have barbecue. Derajeni. Come, only men, no ladies. Oh, very good. פתאום, no headache, he's not tired, תחיית המתים, the Mashiach came, the phone saved him. Right? No. When she said, I don't have koach, there is something underneath. You start to dig. Something is bothering her. What? I don't know. It's your job. And not only is not starting to dig, he is laughing at her. Is that then you complaining you don't have koach to clean the house, right? Not enough, he's not doing his job. Now he turns everything on her head. And that's going to be a war zone. Now it's going to be a war zone. Now she is hurting him also. Why are you inventing things? Since when he is an inventor? He can hardly talk. So a man, if you're going to touch his ego, right away the two gloves are up and he'll punch you out. What was the problem to say, okay, you know what, it's not 2 months, it's not 4 weeks, maybe like 6 weeks, 5 weeks. Mehmet is not on the agenda now. I don't feel like it. I don't want to go. Maybe next week. Okay.
What if I don't feel like it isn't a good enough reason for the husband?
What do you mean?
Like, what if she says to him, like, exactly what you just said, that she says that, and for him, it's not a good enough, like, reason to not go, meaning that she doesn't feel like it, like, you know what I mean?
So what's the plan?
Or what if he says, oh, but, you know, they're inviting us for this week, they're not inviting for next week. You know what I mean? Like an answer, always.
So the next time they invited us, we will go. Nothing is going by force. You're not nobody over here, Chas v'Shalom, is a dog that we have to say, oh, we're going. If I say I don't feel like it, it's not that I'm telling you, you know what, there is something that underneath that we have to start to dig why you don't feel like it. Maybe you don't like the atmosphere. Maybe you don't like the food. Maybe you want to rest in bed all Shabbat and then you have to be a waiter.
Rav, I think it's so...
Many reasons. And if she says just like this, I don't feel like it, meaning she don't care for you, bichlal. And bichlal, we have to assess the whole relationship from A to Z. When a woman says, I don't know, I don't feel that I can go, I don't feel like it, time out. Dictionary, what's written in the dictionary, I don't feel like it. What does it mean? What does it mean?
I want to be home with you. I don't want to go anywhere.
I want to rest. I want to be with my kids. I want to be in bed all Shabbat. I'm tired. I want to read my newspaper quietly, peacefully. I want to read Tehillim that I'm on 5 groups. By your parents, I cannot do it. There's so many reasons. Okay. In short words, the general ruling is you have to pay attention to the feelings and to the respect of the other person that you argue with. There is an argument and there is an argument. I can argue on the issue, okay, and not on the personality.
Rabbi, can you please repeat? You said pay attention to the other's feelings, and then I missed that line.
The feelings and the respect.
Thank you. Thank you.
Imagine you're talking to an important person. You get on the phone with Mr. de Blasio, that we all know that he is. The first thing that you're going to tell him, hey, you idiot, why did you lock us down? That's what you're going to say?
Now he's going to hang up the phone.
Of course you're going to hang up the phone. We have to respect him. What I think is what I think. Okay. But talk nice. I disagree with you. Okay? I disagree with you. Said it. Imagine you tell him that in Arabic, the taller you are, the more full you are. It's called, in Arabic, we says, tawil, which is tall, tawil, wahabil, ahabal. מה זה ahabal? The more high it goes, it takes time until it registers in the brain. The shorter he is, be careful. But you cannot tell him, you're so tall, that's why you're stupid. Now you listen to what I want to tell you. This mask idea and all the ideas are garbage, worthless. You think he will listen to you? No. Because it gets personal already. We're not staying on the topic. Personal, you live for yourself. And we have attitudes, When we go outside, we talk so nicely to people, right? So polite, with respect. Chas v'shalom, not to hurt them. Why to the closest one, we feel that we can say whatever we want? It should be the opposite. Tell me something, when it hurts more? When I fight with my brother or sister, or I fight with a stranger on the street?
Fighting with a brother or sister.
Why?
Because they're close to me, they're my family. The person on the street, I don't care 2 cents about.
That's it. That's exactly what it is. The closest to you, the more hurt they get.
Yeah.
So who is closer than the husband and the wife? And every word, it's an atom bomb. Every word. You have to be careful. Now, when we see that the argument is started to slip from our hand, somebody has to be smart and say, you know what? A time out. I see that we off track. We can do 2 things. Either let's take a break of half an hour, or we'll continue tomorrow. To continue now, I don't think so.
Rabbi, at that point, everybody's so heated that nobody wants to stop. No one can think rationally. They just want to go at it. And I'm speaking from my own experience because I would not be able to just stop and say, let me walk away.
So this is the work of the devil. You have to understand that right now you're not in control. You gave the will to somebody else. You think it's you, it's not you anymore. You went to sleep already. The devil took over and it will devastate.
Rabbi, I have a quick question. Yes. What about where you mentioned in previous shiurim, in the past, where you said that a couple really shouldn't go to sleep when there's tension? You shouldn't end it like that?
You remember your student, he was on the guitar playing until 5 o'clock in the morning?
So does this apply here where you would stop a heated conversation or an argument and then like leave it for the next day or something like that, where does it apply where you're like going to sleep with tension, let's say? Or is it better to do that than to continue like arguing?
Okay, so now, why did I brought this argument? It was not concerning me and not concerning you. We wanted to go to my parents for Shabbat. From there, it went personal. So now, when it gets personal, before it'll get there, you see that things starting to heat up. Before we'll get to personal, stop it. Because when it gets already personal, then you have to be at your best to clean the mess. Which is going to be very difficult now. Because each one stuck to his guns. You got hurt, your feelings, which is the worst. His ego got hurt. Also, for a man, is the worst. That's going to be a job now. It's going to be a job. The first, you like the conductor of an orchestra. The moment you see somebody is off, tack, stop the music. We off. Let's go back to the notes. Back to the notes. Every argument at home, at the end, it's coming to what? To personal. That's why we saw people hear arguments, they get chills, chills. Actually, all our Torah living on arguments, disagreements. Ask the boys, every morning, we have at least 5 opinions. Do they fight? No. Yes? Stuart?
Yes.
Every morning, how many opinions we have?
At least 5.
No?
But it's a discussion. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They agree with each other?
No.
No? They're killing each other?
No. They're looking at it different ways.
The best way.
They're trying to get to the truth.
But Rabbi, these are all the men arguing.
No. It doesn't make a difference. You see, I understand that you see it in a different way. I see it in a different way, right?
Rabbi, they agree to disagree.
Ah?
They agree to disagree.
Yes.
That's all.
Yeah, because I see it in different eyes, okay? Each one from his own character. But they don't talk personal. So it's never too late. When you see that it is starting to heat up, somebody should be the smart one and say, you know what? Can I make you tea, please? Can I make you a cup of coffee? He said, but I'm talking to you. Yeah, I said, we're going to continue let's take a break, a breather, and we'll come back to the different opinion. Take a break. And then when you're starting a second time, you say, please. It's not a personal issue. Can we talk about the content? That's all.
Can you like make a joke about something if you like bring some humor in?
Very good. And I'll tell you where. Here is again the argument in a different language. Here we go. Pay attention. The husband says, 2 months already, we didn't go to my parents. His wife, what happened to you? 2 months? It's no more than 4 weeks. There is no reason to go again. The husband saying, it was more than 4 weeks. I'm sure. You're not calculating right. Okay? His wife comes and says, meaning you want to tell me that I don't know how to calculate? So he's starting to smile and he says,
wow.
No, I didn't say this.
And Rivka.
By the way, he's saying, by the way, I think that your grades in math was much better than I am. You were much better student in math. That's not what I'm saying. And now she's starting to laugh. And he is laughing also. Because that was the truth. He said, you're much better than me when it comes to math, and that's not what I'm saying. So this a little bit sense of humor is how can I say that you were always one of the best. So now when she hears that this is not what it is, he said. So now she came down, she says, the truth is, I don't feel that I really want to go. Maybe we go next week. Does it make a difference? That's all.
So how do you know if she doesn't take it as sarcasm and humor? Like sarcasm and humor could be, defined similar.
No. When you're sarcastic, Habibi.
You're right.
Proceed with caution.
So now she's saying, like the Israeli says, Lo bali laleshet. Lo bali Shabbat. I don't want to go. Maybe, how about if we go next week? Does it make a difference? Finished. No, you're blind.
Call it out. So how about they go that week and they don't go next week?
What?
What if they go that week and they don't go next week? Like what would be the problem if she would just compromise and just for the sake of her husband's happiness also she'll just give in?
You cannot be happy on somebody else's expense.
Exactly, vice versa. You'll make him happy if they would go.
This happiness will cost you.
Right, so again, somebody's giving in.
I don't want to come to give in. I want to come to a mutual understanding.
What's different next week than this week?
It's a lady.
Got you. Thank you.
She had in mind this Shabbat, she's going to lay down, and zeu. And you came with your ideas now to pack up and to the... You see, we cannot make ourselves happy and make the spouse miserable, and she feels I sacrifice her. How many times can we shech you to sacrifice? How many times? And I think I told you once, and I'll tell you again. If she coming with you, she said finally she agreed. So you're thinking she agreed. She thinking I'm sacrificing for this guy. And when she tell you I'm sacrificing, when did you sacrifice for me? I went to your parents, but you agreed, no? You see, this is something that we have to correct very fast. Get out of the personal. Get out of it. It's terrible. It shows no respect. It shows no love, no affection. And it's a boxing match that both of you will lose. No one will come out of it a winner. No one. So why doing it? You understand me? Did you get it?
Yes.
Crystal clear.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll tell you two things that a man will do. Either he'll fight with you, because man likes fighting, or if you have a man that don't like fighting, he will run away from the scene. Where to? To the closet. Do you know the couples that never fight?
No.
No? I know. They live like roommates.
I thought Rob was going to say it's a perfect marriage.
Rabbi, even roommates fight.
They got into one argument. Both of them understood right away that we are not good clients to argue. We'll better keep quiet, and that's it. Meaning what? They're living outside, you think, the best couple on earth, right? Smiling at each other. Why? Because they don't feel obligated. I'm not talking to you, you're not talking to me, but I will say, okay, it's okay. So Israel have no relationship, בכלל, no relationship. Like roommates, two roommates. That's it. They have apartment together, maybe a house together. Both of them going to work. Both of them, they're raising the kids. They marry the kids. But between them, Zero. They feel like two strangers toward each other.
So they just gave up on each other?
What?
So they just gave up on each other instead of...
Yeah, long time ago.
Okay.
Now here is a lady's problem. Sometimes they pretending everything is okay. Everything is okay. She smiles at you, hey, I'm happy, I'm okay. You know, she convincing herself everything is fine. But meantime, inside she is. And sometimes she start to convince herself that everything is fine. That you are the problem. You the problem. But inside, all the way deep, she feels frustrated and pain. And she don't have even the guts to bring it outside. At the end, what's going to happen? I'll tell you what will happen. One day, like champagne bottle, pack.
So Rav, if somebody hides those emotions for so long, how do they bring that up? If the person is convincing themselves and subconsciously feeling this pain, how do they even realize it?
They don't. One day, when it gets already...
To the limit, they'll explode.
Will explode. And ladies have another thing that they have to watch. Right away, she folding herself. She says, you know what? I'll do what he wants. At least I'll have some quiet over here. She's not happy for what she is doing, but just to stay in the marriage. And I don't want any fights. I don't want argument, the kids and that. So she's swallowing. And she knows already what the husband likes. Not necessarily she likes it, but to make him happy, she'll do this and she'll do that. Okay? And the husband gets used to it. He says, we have a perfect marriage. Why she doesn't look happy all the time? That's why we always have to exchange ideas. Argument, good. To stuff inside, no good. To keep quiet, no good. Go to fight, not good. To pretend, talk. You can say it, but say it in a nice way.
Discussion.
Yes. Exactly. Okay? I want you to digest it again and again. I know it's very hard to swallow what I said. I know. It's very hard. Because we got used to call names to each other, right? And here comes this guy with a beard and he says, you know, you're not allowed to do this. No personal. Stay on the topic.
Bukhari started to believe that even their insults are out of love, they say.
Yeah,
it's out of love. You know.
They always say, stay quiet. It'll pass. Just be quiet, hold it in, and it's mentality, wrong mentality.
Sickening. It's not wrong. It's sick. That's the problem. Wrong is wrong. Okay, I can be wrong, but sick is sick.
Well, the Rabbi have to say that it's really hurt me the way you're talking to me. And to stay on the topic, I mean, you talk, what are you feeling towards the argument, or how, a little bit.
No, if you start to say things which are not nice, or you say, you know what, I think that we have to stop over here, it gets too personal, not interested.
So how do you solve the argument? Do you wait?
Let the one who called names, he has to come up with a solution.
What if he's not? Then you're gonna be like in a bubble.
So again, the relationship needs to go to cat skin. And sometimes MRI also, to see where is the problem.
You mean the therapist?
We have to dig. Usually all you're saying is only symptoms to problems. The problems are underneath. I'll see you tomorrow, 9 o'clock in Yirtzeh Hashem.
Can I ask really quickly, is the share that Rabbi is saying with Rabbi Asaf, is it being recorded, Rav?
We're going to show it live.
On Zoom, on Rabbi's?
Zoom. On our Zoom, tomorrow morning, whoever is not able to come to Great Neck, you can see it on the Zoom.
Thank you very much.
Same password and everything is the same.
Thank you, Rav.
What time is it in the morning?
10:30 in the morning.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good night, Rabbi. Thank you.
Thank you. Good
Thank
night.
you. Have a good
Everybody, good night.
See you 7 o'clock, Rabbi.
See you.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you
See
so
you at
much.
7.
Good night,
Rabbi.
Rabbi.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Good night. Thank you.